Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Vakratunda Mahakaya Surya Koti Samaprabha Nirvignam Kurumedeva Sarvakarishu Sarvada. Om Ganganapate Namaha. Shri Sadgurubhyo Namaha. Welcome to Nitya Satsang. Today is the 17th of December 2024. I want to offer my prostrations to all the great sages and to Bhagwan residing in the heart of all being. Just make a few comments today since we're a little over time. To continue from yesterday, we were talking about the two words Harihi Om. And so just to make some more comments, and we'll go into a much more detailed exposition in the subsequent days. Harihi, it holds a profound significance within the Vedic literature and the Sanatana Dharma Hindu theology. So Hari is it is derived from the root harati, meaning to take away, to remove, or to carry off. So Harihi is a potent appellation of Bhagwan Vishnu, the preserver and sustainer of the Trimurti Brahma, Vishnu, Shiv. The name Hari refers or reflects the divine attributes of being the remover of sins, meaning papam, suffering, and ajnan, while simultaneously embodying the cosmic role of sustaining the universe and maintaining the harmony of creation. So let's understand this point clearly. So the word Hari, it means one who removes the sin. Now, sin is a Western word, but the translation is pap in the Sanatana Dharma. There's papa and punya. Punyam are good accumulated karmas, and that has good effect. Papa is the negative karma that is done, and that has negative effect. So Bhagwan Hari is one who removes the papam, removes the sins, removes all of the negative things that are built up inside our system. So just the mantra Harihi Om, Harihi Om, or Hari Om, or even just to say Hari, 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 like this is fine. Or any of the other names of Bhagwan Narayan. Narayana is a mantra. These are all mantras. Hari is a mantra, Narayan is a mantra, Vishnu is a mantra, Krishna is a mantra. Their names also, like how we think of names, that's the names of the incarnations. But it's not just a name, it is a mantra. The name is the mantra also. So when we say Hari, like this, it's in Hindi, Hey Hari, 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 Hari Bol. Right? People in the Vaishnava tradition, they say Hari Bol, Hari, Hari. Is the name sound itself, that is Shabda Brahma. What does it do? It removes the accumulated negative impact of karma that is inside our Sukshma Sharira. That is the power of the name Hari. The second thing it does is remove suffering, the problems, difficulties, suffering, physical, mental, social, psychological, janman, janmantar, life and death cycle. It removes all of that suffering. And the third point is that what Vedanta is really looking at is removes ajnana. It removes ignorance. That it is the recognition that the Atma and Paramatma are real. So these 3 points are key in the name Hari. As I mentioned yesterday, there are linguistic intricacies, theological implications, and philosophical dimensions of Hari. Three major points. You could do a whole dissertation on this one. Linguistic intricacies. Why linguistic intricacy? It has to do with the Sanskrit language. Something called the masculine noun, that is the prathama vibhakti in Sanskrit, the normative case. There's a technical explanation. I won't go into that. It has to do with the way the Sanskrit the Sanskrit grammar is constructed. So remember one thing, that the Sanskrit is not just a language. Every single word that is constructed particularly in the Vedanta tradition, Puranic tradition, it has a vibrational phonetic connection to the transcendental reality. And that is what is meant by the theological implication. Theological implication means that it connects with God. It's not simply a name. You see, that's why I think in most of Hindu community, in historically as well as today, lots of people are named, babies and children are named with the names of the deities. You see lots of people named Devi, lots of people named Shiva, lots of people named Krishna. How many are there? Arjun. You find maybe 70, 80, 90% or something some name, Adhyatmic name is there. In this, now things have changed a bit. They've given some other names these days, but why is that? Because it's not just a name. It is not just a name. It is a mantra. So how many people are named Shiv in the Hindu tradition? Millions, probably. Millions. Millions are there. First name, sometimes last name. It's extraordinary. So the name is not just a name. It is a phonetical, theological doorway into the Brahman. It is a gateway into the Brahman. And it is the Brahman also. So when we say Hari Om, Hari Om, and then all the other mantras, and this is just the beginning of this first mantra of the Mandukya Upanishad. We haven't even gotten to the remaining. It starts with Hari Om, then it begins with Om again. Then it goes on from there. So we're going to piece it, we're going to open it up step by step, very carefully. But it begins with Hari Om. So just to open this dimension is a big thing. There's a lot involved in it. There's the auspiciousness, meaning Mangalam. So when we do puja, very basic sadhana for today, very simple sadhana. Very simple sadhana. I try to show one sadhana every day, minimum one sadhana. Take a simple incense stick and a small diya. Have a lighted diya, keep the meditation room clean, mandir room clean. Bhagwan ki murti honi chahiye. Very simple sadhana. Very easy sadhana. Murti or picture, photo of Bhagwan Vishnu or your favorite deity, Ishta Devata. Small diya, small incense stick, and take a mala and just 11 times chant Hari Om, 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 like this 11 times. You can do more if you want. Simple sadhana with folded hands. But the key in this is several things. The Shraddha, that same Paramatma is in front of me. Is seeing me, I am seeing that my Lord. This is called dualistic bhakti. Very simple. Children can start with this. And even many adults, they do so many things. The first thing they do is put on the TV and CNN and coffee and other things, First thing, after taking a shower, putting on clothes, Bhagwan kya naam smaran hona chahiye. First, that is called Nitya Puja. Small things to try. We have to do everything in life, but we cannot forget God. This is even in the Advaitic sense from the Upanishad. This Upanishad is very profound. But it begins with Hari Om. Remember the Lord. Remember Bhagwan first. A very simple sadhana. Sometimes people don't do half an hour, 45-minute puja. Very simple sadhana. Bhagwan ka naam. And the best thing, have a small diya, small incense stick. And by the way, what is that incense stick? That is saintliness. It burns and it gives fragrance to all. So we remember all of the great saints. Santa Parampara. Bharatiya Sanatan Dharma ki jo Sant Parampara hai, unka smaran hum karte through the incense stick. Why the incense stick? Little bit, don't need to keep too much because of breathing and all that. Incense stick symbolizes all of the sages, the fragrance they have given to the entire world. That is called incense stick. Right? So simple sadhana, some points here. Just one more thing before we actually finish here. And that is that in the linguistic realm, the word harihi exemplifies precision and beauty of Sanskrit morphology and etymology. Sanskrit language is very precise, extremely precise. So the structure that is called morphology, it is absolutely perfect. And the etymology, its history of how it has come about. So it has, when we speak the mantra, when we speak the first mantra of the Upanishad, of the Mandukya Upanishad, which we will learn step by step, how to speak that. Once we speak that, the mantra itself begins to open the truth from within us. That is its power, mantra shakti. Right? So these are all Ved mantras. Remember that. Upanishadic mantras are all, they're called Vedanta mantra, but they are actually Ved mantra. They're at the end of the Vedas. So keeping that in mind, please remember, one more thing, just a quick reminder, that the Upanishads, Bhagavad Gita, and Brahma Sutra, these three combined together are called Prasthan Trayi. So the entire Vedantic interpretation that has come, Shankaracharya ji, Ramanuj, Madhvacharya ji, Nimbarkacharya, all saints, Bhagavan Swaminarayan, all of them, they have placed this as the foundation. This Bhagavad Gita, Upanishads, these 108 Upanishads and 10 major Upanishads, and the Brahma Sutras are 555 sutras. Athato Brahma Jignasa. That's the first Brahma Sutra. And there's many like that, right? So that is called Prasthan Trayi. And that is the base. It's on that base that the entire Vedantic interpretation, Tattva Gnyan, everything has developed. All right, so that's good enough for today. We'll continue on this tomorrow, and we're going to dive into this verse very, very carefully, and then eventually show its interconnection back into Vivek Chudamani, so we can go back into the Vivek Chudamani. I don't want to go too much into the Upanishads. We'll spend only that, but I do want to cover this particular Upanishad. It has only 12 verses, but everything is in that, in those 12 verses. It's just, everything is in the first verse only. And in the first verse, only Hari, Hi, Om, that itself has everything, right? So that is the power of the Sanatan Dharma. Amazing, amazing things are there. With that, Om, Om, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu Mahasaraswati Rupena Samstita, Namastasya, 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 Namo Namaha, Om Trambakam Yajamahe Sugundim Pushtivardhanam, Urvarukamiva Bandhanan Mrityor Mukshya Mamrutat Divalingaya Namaha, Urdvalingaya Namaha, Anandalingaya Namaha, Dvatas Jyotirlingaya Namo Namaha, Om Trambakam Yajamahe Sugundim Pushtivardhanam, Urvarukamiva Bandhanan Mrityor Mukshya Mamrutat, Namah Shivaya. Om Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu Mahalakshmi Rupena Samstita, Namastasya, 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 Namo Namaha, Om Aim Hrim Klim Chamundaye Viche Swaha, Om Durge Durge Rakshini Tha Tha Swaha, Om Shri Durga Arpanamastu.